One Cochran Sports Showdown is brought to you by Number One Cochran, Go One Better, and by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Have a greater hand in your health.
All right, Pitt with a big win, and they did it controlling the line of scrimmage down in Virginia. Andrew, 5-1. Are they going to win this Coastal Division? It's in their control right now.
I don't think so.
No, you're not a believer.
I give them a lot of respect because it looked like they were headed towards like a 3-9 season after they lost at North Carolina. The way they've rallied and come out and played, you know what, they lost to Notre Dame, and they lost in gut-wrenching fashion because of Narduzzi's idiotic fake punt with Jeff George Jr. But I think they play a type of football right now that I think their fan base can be proud of. They impose their will on the other team offensively, and I respect that. But until proven otherwise, I just go with teams like Virginia Tech when push comes to shove, when the fate of the division is on the line, because those teams typically win those games, and Pitt typically does not.
Yeah, that's the last part is what I agree with there, Andrew. And so far as I picked them to beat Virginia. I thought
so
that
did I.
Yeah, I thought that win would happen. I didn't rule out them winning the Coastal when Narduzzi said it, because it's just an atrocity of a division. But whenever Pitt comes close to something like that, I feel like they're going to pit it up, and someone's going to upset them, and they're going to lose a game when they're not supposed to lose it. So I feel like something else is coming to prevent that from happening.
I got to say, I have to give Narduzzi a lot of credit. Much like I said about Mike Tomlin about a month ago. Did anyone even think we'd be having this discussion about Pitt? Right. Win 2 out of 3 against 2 pretty mediocre teams, and you're playing Clemson in the ACC title game. I didn't see this coming. I actually think they have a chance just breaking, and I don't think Pitt's that good, but breaking down the schedule. Wake Forest stinks. Miami is not Miami right now. They're not very good.
But don't remember last year.
Yeah, Miami will do to them what they did in Miami last year. That would be the Pitt way.
But they might not even have to if they win their next 2. I don't think it'll matter.
The Pitt way would be beat Virginia Tech by 2 touchdowns and let a backup quarterback in Wake Forest beat you by.
Could be, but I give them credit for what they're doing. I did not see this coming.
Tim, let me ask you this. Penn State loses big. James Franklin is now 0-11. and losing on average by 26 points per game when he plays true road games against ranked teams. What does that say?
It says that maybe the coach should focus on bigger issues as opposed to what the media is asking him about injuries, what fans are yelling at him as he comes off the field, what Pitt might think about the rivalry. Boy, a coach who really gets wrapped up in minutia sure loses sight of the big picture, I guess, when it comes to playing against
that anonymous coach to CBS was right. The guy's overrated. When you subtract Saquon Barkley and Joe Moorhead at Penn State, James Franklin is a 500 coach. He is an average coach. He is right around 500, and he stinks against good competition.
And he's clearly lost control of his team since the Ohio State game, which they never should have lost, which he did not coach a very good game that night. Since then, they have been a very ordinary college football team, and he, frankly, has not come across very well. God forbid Audrey Snyder ask a question about Trace McSorley's knee. Not a very good look for the head coach.
He's the first coach that would then have somebody go into the lineup, and we'd say, well, why did you put him in the lineup? And he'd say, well, you didn't ask. Like, he'd be the first guy to do that.
That's right.
We're due for a break. We'll take it. Come back with more right here on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown each and every Sunday night on KDKA-TV.